Hello, this is Sharnese Clark, and this is my assessment 2 for professional practice. Studio 4 first came about in 2010 when Sarah Henry and Annabelle Berryman formalised a partnership when understanding they had the same views and motives in the architecture and interior world. They originally worked together at the firm Car Design, Henry being a senior project architect and Berryman being a director. Breaking down the name Studio 4, and to quote Annabelle here, "We are more like an artisan studio filled with all sorts of people with different experiences than a traditional architecture firm, and we like to get our hands dirty. The 4 in our name comes from the disciplines that represent a holistic approach: architecture, interiors, landscapes, and strategies. They believe allowing every team member to explore their own interpretation of the client's brief, believing every staff member is as important as the next. Studio 4 gets everyone involved over a few days, calling this workshops, where every designer explores with different medias and come up with their own idea of what the brief is asking for. They may come back and settle with a simple charcoal drawing, but in the end, everyone agrees it's the idealism and the pure essence of the design brief. Studio 4's focus is to design residential homes for their clients that is a healthy place for their mind, body, and soul. Ever since working with a building biologist about 10 years ago, they have made it their mission to take a more holistic approach that will continue to benefit their client. Coming with this, they strive to take more sustainable ways to bring the outdoors in, and for example, in any of their designs, you'll see large floor-to-ceiling windows and large glass doors to create more airflow and to bring in natural light. They are currently working in Melbourne but travel interstate to complete projects. They'll be completing a few unique rural and coastal projects and some unnamed overseas ones too. This year in 2020, the Ruxton Road residents won them the Residential Commendation Award from the Australian Interior Design Awards. This project is a perfect definition of good things come in small packages. The small site has been well thought out with a courtyard right in the heart of the floor plan that doesn't compromise the airflow. It's private, warm, and exudes natural lights. Amongst thorough research, this was the only award-winning project I was able to find. However, the Central Park Road residence was shortlisted in 2019 for the House and Addition over 200 metres square award. This reno was originally a brown brick eyesore that had small windows and didn't allow light throughout the house. The clients wanted soul and individuality and an open plan living that didn't feel empty and soulless. They wanted warmth, and coming from a Danish background, they wanted the house to exude hygge. Central Park Road residence displays an earthy sophistication by bringing warm colours and natural elements inside, and although there's dark brickwork inside on almost every wall, a combination of plenty of windows, light timber flooring, and oak ceiling cladding has light pouring into every room. Studio 4 has a variety of social media outlets, such as their own websites, Instagram, Arc Daily, and the co-directors have their own LinkedIn profiles. They have also done a few interviews with some major interior design and architecture blogs and magazines, such as EST Living, The Local Project, DZine, The Design Files, and Hive Live. To get into contact with them regarding employment, they have available on their website their email address, phone number, and postal address. So if you were feeling bold, you could go into their studio, even just to talk. Otherwise, calling or emailing to inquire about job opportunities would also be an excellent way to reach out personally. This is a webinar I attended. Multi-Residential, The High Life, was actually the last webinar of a series called Design After Distancing, basically talking about how architects and designers are going to advance from COVID-19 and how it will impact the multi-residential living. I love the residential side of interior design, and therefore this is why I chose this series. They talked about more ergonomical ways to make specifically working from home more comfortable. Being restricted to our homes for the past few months has shown every aspect of our house. Incorporating a fully functional, larger office may be a necessity to future homes, Also, in regards to the virus, we've had to stay 1.5 metres away from one another. This made small public spaces difficult to be in, i.e., elevators and communal apartment areas. Creating stairways that have plenty of natural light and ventilation could be a thing of the future, as well as larger communal areas and outdoor may be something we need to improve on. Thank you very much for listening.